So why don't you take out your phone and you play your favorite voicemail that you listen to.
Shashi, this is Tata. Can I call you back for a second, please, when you can? Thank you. Bye.
I still remember the phone call when my mom first told me that he was diagnosed, and it still makes me choke up. He was an extremely healthy guy, and I thought, gastroesophageal cancer, there's probably some sort of mistake. And so as you start to help your loved one navigate this journey and you start seeing other folks with binders, if my grandfather's going through this and everybody in this waiting room is dealing with it, there have to be millions of patients that are also dealing with this overwhelm.
My father has had quite a few different healthcare journeys.
The last thing I needed was for my x-ray images to be handed to me on a CD-ROM. Every time she got with a doctor, they would give us at least 10 pages of information that my mom would just tuck away, sometimes in her purse.
It's been an age-long problem that patients haven't had access to their data. The last 30 years, we've been trying to improve health information technology, but we've forgotten about the patients along the way.
I know many people probably say, well, I have a portal. Well, that's some portal for that one healthcare system that you have. They're not all connected.
It doesn't really give you a lot of insight because it's so fragmented.
Patients haven't had a way to be able to access their data in a way that was meaningful to them, at least not until now.
Novellia is the leading platform that lets folks find all of their medical records and put them all in one place.
You don't usually get to see something that's ambitious technologically, that's actually also helping humans.
People sending manual HIPAA release forms to health systems, waiting 6 months for doctors to fax those back. That all happens at Novellia in 30 seconds now, which has never been done before.
You've got some interesting point solutions, but what you don't have is a platform that's built with your patient record at the core of everything it does, in a way that actually helps you, the consumer, connect with the industry to power better treatments, better therapies, better care for you.
I knew that biopharma companies had no access to this data. I knew that we were innovating in the dark. I knew that we desperately needed a better way to understand what was happening on the ground. And I had just experienced the loss of my grandfather, and so I knew that patients deserved a better way forward. They deserved somebody in their corner that was innovating for them and not the system around them.
When I first met Sashi, I was super impressed with his vision and the fact that he comes from the pharma industry.
He viewed it as not only a living record, but a record from the perspective of a researcher. Having context that would support research just as much as it would support a patient was really powerful.
We're already seeing what the insights off of that data look like.
Typically, there are months or potentially even years delay in buttoning up the data set.
This is incredibly valuable for pharma companies, the ability to get clean, structured data that is research ready.
To work with a partner like Novellia that's getting constant updates to the patient record, that gives us a set of tools that we wouldn't have otherwise.
Pharmaceutical companies understand that this is the moment, and Novellia is the sole company that has met that moment with the right approach. Because of that, you've seen very early partnerships with the biggest names in pharma. We've seen those partnerships expand meaningfully. We've seen 100% retention. Novellia uniquely understands how to build and deliver product for pharma and for patients in a way that reinforce each other.
I can represent people like me that aren't represented in clinical trials, and using Novellia, my de-identified and anonymized data gets to be part of a data set that can improve treatment and improve outcomes for future patients like myself.
The magnanimity of cancer patients cannot be overstated. They say, this may not help me, but it's going to help somebody.
Between Shashi's just force of personality and like absolute belief that this was going to exist, and my desire for this to exist in the world, for my kids to have something like this, I knew we had to go build this, because if we didn't build it, I would forever regret it.
If you just step back and look at the impact of the company on an individual level, on a societal level, people, families, friends, it's huge.
We've raised nearly $30 million to date, including most recently an $18 million Series A that was led by Spark Capital.
Since Spark has led the A round, we feel like the company's made amazing progress and has really validated a lot of what we hoped for. Signing some of the largest pharma companies to multi-year, seven-figure contracts is a great validation of the power of what they're creating.
I know I could sit here and talk about the money and the valuation and how excited we are, but what that actually means for us as a company is actually what it means for patients and for our customers. In 5 years, I hope that we are an integral part of everyone's healthcare journey in America. When folks get a new diagnosis, I think about the burden and the unknowns of a patient's family and his or her caregiver, and never want another patient to feel that way again. And so my question is less about why now, but with all of the innovation and the regulatory unlocks, why not now?